Hello everyone, it is I, Shark, here again today for another episode of Chaotic Alliance Raids. Today we'll be running the Chaotic Alliance Raids over here on Materia. Okay, I am just doing the world transfer now. So give me a second while I turn on the screen here. Okay, and we'll be running Chaotic Alliance raids for the Cloud of Darkness. Over here on Materia, okay, you all can see my data center is Sophia. So I'm running a fresh new group over on Materia. This will be running every Sunday at 11 a.m. plus 8 GMT, and you'll be running from a fresh group all the way to clear. Okay, I'm running this group as a new fresh batch, and we'll be running it for 2.5 hours every week, starting from 11 a.m. plus 8 GMT, which is actually 2 p.m. plus 11 GMT for all our Oceania folks. Okay, for those in the plus 11 GMT time zone. Okay, I know Australia / New Zealand, okay, the Oceanic region has a large range of time zones from +8 all the way to +13. Okay, but I'm setting up this group, okay, to accommodate for the wide range of time zones there. So this is actually a Sunday afternoon, okay, middle to late afternoon for most folks. Okay, now I'll be hosting this group every week, and while we are just waiting for, actually I need to set up the PF while we're waiting to start up the group. I need to invite this person. Okay, while I'm starting up this group, I need to set up a PF for this, and I'll be generally just raid leading for this static group here. So I generally will not be speaking too much for this. Okay, but do feel free to chat or comment, leave comments in the chat. Okay, and I'll get back to you whenever I can. Okay, in the meantime, let me just quickly set up this PF. Okay, and I'll hop into the voice chat shortly after this. Just let me quickly set this up first. You said 1 player per job. Nah, it's fine. Alright, this has been set up, and I'm gonna post this so that people can start joining. Let's take this. Oh, I don't want that. Just try again. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to the voice chat as well, see what folks are doing. Say hi. Hello.
Hello.
Give me a second while I set up the PF. Sorry for the delays. This will no. uh,
Hello.
Hello. Finally here.
Yeah, I slept in a bit.
It's 2 p.m. for you. I'm just looking at the time. It's like, slept in. It's 10:45.
Yeah. I slept in and then I went to the shops and then
Oh, okay lah. Then that's fine. That's fine.
mm, so I had some stuff I had to do, so I was running late.
Okay lah. That's fine. I thought like you just woke up and then oh, it's time to do car.
Oh my god, not at this time. Gosh, my body doesn't even do that naturally.
You never
I get to
know.
like
You
I
never
get to like
know.
10 and I'm sort of sitting there going, I should get up.
Some people can sleep until like 4 or something. I know, right?
Really?
I mean,
Like,
some people not saying I myself do this, but I usually wake up at 9 a.m. every day, regardless of whether I have stuff to do or
yeah,
not. So I'm
yeah,
just awake at 9.
yeah. Like my work starts at 8, so usually I'm up by 6:37, just
Yeah.
so I can get the brain fog out.
And then you sleep so late. Yeah. If you're gonna sleep so late, if you're gonna wake up so early, you should sleep early as well.
If I was to sleep early, I wouldn't be able to do car on Saturday and Wednesday.
Yes, so the point is that if you're gonna sleep early, right, you got no if
Mm,
you're gonna stay up late, right, then you gotta wake up late. If you're gonna get up early, right, then you gotta sleep early. So it
yeah.
sort of matches.
Today I can do that.
We have more than enough people who complain about being tired all the time anyway. Some, and these people get enough sleep too. So it's not like
I think, you-
I was
I
about
think
to
it's
say,
like.
you guys get sleep?
it's like
Yeah,
they get enough sleep and they still complain about being tired. So there's no
I
winning
think
with
there's
that
like a
one.
threshold, isn't there? There's like a threshold. Like you get 8 to 9 hours, and that's what your body needs,
Mm.
and anything over that just makes your body reset itself.
To be fair, I
And
don't even think it's 8 to 9 hours. I think like it's somewhere between 6 to 8 hours or 6 to 9. Okay, 6 to 8.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
6 to 9. Like minimum is 6 hours to function.
yeah. So
Ideal
I
is
had,
like 8 or 7 to 8 for adults.
yeah.
And then 9 is like
We're an adult. Who's an adult?
I don't know. I don't see anyone. No one speaking here. It's clearly it's an adult. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. I scroll through my phone on TikTok
Hazardous
where
exercise?
we can go down the rabbit hole.
So suspicious. Let me just adjust the audio settings. I realized yesterday's car run, right, I didn't adjust the audio settings, so like I was
Wait,
barely
is
out.
my voice? Oh
Yeah, so
yeah,
I
yours
was
is really
very
quiet.
yeah, correct. For some reason, no, but y'all can hear me. All of
I
y'all
can hear.
can hear me clearly, right? On Discord,
Yeah.
it's fine, but on the stream, is for some reason is very very uh soft, low
Oh.
audio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
When you were like streaming on YouTube, my
mm,
voice was just so loud.
yeah, exactly.
Um,
Because I need to
but
adjust the audio, right?
you're doing it on Twitch at the moment, right?
No, it's still YouTube. I still
Oh, still YouTube. Okay.
these like if I'm hosting stuff, right, I'll be on YouTube. If I'm wanting to chat with people, right, then I will do it on Twitch. So it's easier for me this way lah. It's easier for me. Like instead of having like two different streaming channels that I need to interact with, right, it's just better if I just have one.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and especially since
Too old brain.
no, not exactly lah. Like if I'm rate leading, right, I have a lot of things to manage, so I can't really be interacting with the
Yeah.
stream as well. Not that
That's
there's anyone
understandable.
watching anyway lah, so it doesn't matter. But
Dude, you need to advertise better.
maybe once
Like literally.
I clean up the system first.
Yeah. Like you should put like an app or something. You know, I'm coming on stream. That way people will know.
Yeah, okay lah. No, that's true lah. That's true.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what my other Twitch streamers that I watch do. I always know because they ping saying, "Oh, we're
Mm.
getting online." Yeah. I missed SK yesterday. Oh well.
It's fine. Don't spend too much time doom scrolling and watching your mobile
Yep.
phones or videos. I mean, okay lah.
Do young people things.
I can't tell you what to do. I don't pay your sub, so you can do whatever you want. But you know, I find I used to do this a lot also. Like before sleep, right? Just lie in bed, right, and then just look at your mobile phone and just keep scrolling through TikTok on YouTube, watch YouTube videos, right? Then
Yeah.
you lose 2 hours doing that. And I realize, why am I not getting enough sleep?
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so it's pretty much the same thing, right? It's same thing here.
Mhm.
But we realize it, we realize it, but we just can't help ourselves.
Yeah. So it's always, oh, that was interesting. Or maybe I'll have some more of that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and then you just move on and watch more stuff.
Literally doom scrolling. Like I'm addicted to those stupid like revenge stories at the moment on TikTok. It's like
Mm,
they're all AI now, but yeah, I just get addicted to them.
I know, right?
Yeah, like legit. Such a waste of time.
Exactly. That's why.
Yeah, they
Think,
always like don't give you the last part, and so you like try to scroll through wherever it is on TikTok and try and find the last part of
that one
the
is
story.
that's
It's rage bait, that
clickbait,
is.
yeah, clickbait rage bait content So to be fair, once I see it's like, there's a part 1 or 2, and it's like, this is gonna try to send me somewhere else. I think I'll skip it. And I just out of spite, I just intentionally not watch it.
Oh, I blocked them. I'm
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
block everyone that doesn't have a,
yeah.
you know,
They
story.
clickbait it. They clickbait it.
Mhm.
It's intentional.
Mhm. Yeah. Most of them are AI now anyway, so I mean, I guess I'm.
Quite a lot, yeah. Quite a lot of AI stuff nowadays. Stick through the list. One is here. Where's Team B?
Yeah. We're in a
Yeah, I need to mark attendance. I think Eric might be
Footage.
joining us today.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because let's see.
I don't use Facebook anymore. I shut it down. Like,
You shut
I
it
just
down? Are you sure?
yeah. You can't
Ah,
see mine. Like, I mean, I'm shut it down, but I can still see it because it's got photos and shit
yeah,
in it.
understand. You can just
But
private it,
yeah,
just private.
yeah, I just unblocked it just completely.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Okay, Eric's here.
Yeah. Correct. Hold on.
At least until Seal comes back, probably after the first hour.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The heck?
Lee. I died often tonight. Today.
Suspicious. Okay, let me just take off the names.
Mhm.
It's not here. I can't find these. There's 2 folks I cannot find.
The ZZ person. I
Z
saw.
Zedelia
Yeah.
and Ragnald Ragvold. If anyone knows these 2 folks, kindly ping them in the Discord thread so that they can be notified that we are running, because I cannot find them in the Discord. Yeah, I think like one of the few things that the server mentions at the start. I mean, it's up to you if you all want to do this or not. And since you're already here, you all have probably done it already. But it's recommended to change your server name to your in-game name, so that if there's events like these ones, it's easy to find you. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know.
scrambling to find them.
Yeah, it's like I can't. There's no way for me to locate them if there's no there's no names, no easily identifiable names as their server name. Oh, okay. Oh, okay lah. Then, is Eric here? Okay, maybe I need to tell Eric. Okay. So, see, we'll make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Come and heal our side.
Who's? Oh yeah, Zedalia, right? If I can't find
Yeah.
Zedalia, I will need to pull need to pull in someone else.
Where's Tomato?
Tomato doesn't do car.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
I mean it's fine. Yeah, like I don't know.
Gosh, man.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like if they find the content not appealing, then they probably just won't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But it still would be fun to have it here.
Yeah,
Funny.
maybe they'll no maybe okay. What we can do, right, is like once the eye level goes up, right, and once there's not so
Yeah.
much
Scrambling.
hype for this content, then we can just organize just come and join us for
Carry.
fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, something like carry. So once the eye level goes up, the content becomes easier. It's a lot more easier for us to just randomly pull people in, right, and just help clear content. A little bit like what BA and DRS has become now. So eventually
Yeah.
car will become like this as well. It will become easier as eye level, everyone hits eye level 735. So DPS checks become non-existent. You still need to do mechanics properly, but if everyone can do it properly, then it's just an automatic clear.
Yeah. I got dragged for my first clear of DRS.
I mean, did I get
Like, I was dead most of the time.
Yeah, do you remember who it was? Do you remember?
Yes, and I died raising you a lot for it.
Wait, Elsiva was in it as well.
Yeah, Elsa was there. I also
Dude.
pulled I pulled Katy Perry as well. And then the leader was just like,
No.
let's not try to pull the boss for the time.
Uh-huh.
I was
Uh-huh.
like, no.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not the first time you've done that.
I was dancer, and so I'm not usually a ranged DPS. So when I tagged it, when I toggled it, it just automatically threw us blade.
But yeah, do you remember who it was? I think
Alphabet? Do you remember who it was?
Sorry?
Do you remember who was the one that was leading DRS when we were first cleared? Was
I
it
have no idea.
Dorito? I think it was Dorito. His group. I can't remember.
Remembered that so long ago. All I know is I was like 16 deaths out of 19 sacks. Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
But I think it was I don't know if this is correct, but I think probably Dennis.
Oh, Dennis. Okay,
Was it Dennis?
Yeah, it was Dennis. Sorry, I was thinking Dorito's the one that does the Chinese New Year stuff in the housing area, right? Yeah, I think that's him. Yeah. Yeah, it was really good.
Test. Still very soft. It's okay lah. I'll fix it later.
Wait, do you want me to help?
I don't know why my audio is so low all the time. Can barely hear myself. Let's see if I can adjust this.
Yeah, you're seriously quiet.
Yes, I know. There's no way to push up the audio setting as well. Let me see. Test. Save,
Yeah,
Test.
you're really low.
Test.
You're lower than me.
Test.
No, you.
Yeah, okay lah. I'll fix it some other time. Now's not the time to do this.
You sound fine on this end.
On Discord is okay, On Discord is okay,
Yeah.
but when looking at the
Yeah,
stream,
you
right,
sound
I'm just
fine.
really quiet, So I'll probably just fix it some other time. Yeah, just so you all know I'm streaming, but this is more for like record purposes. No one actually watches, so it's fine. Just don't leak private information or say anything that you shouldn't be saying. High suspicious things.
That's
Hey,
not gonna
man.
last long.
Legit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So waiting for 3 more folks. Okay, in the meantime, right, while we're just trying to find the remaining people, I think Star Child. Is Star Child here?
Yeah, I'm here.
You have you mentioned 2 friends, James and
Rhea. So Rhea's already here.
Rhea's
I think
already
James
here.
forgot to charge his phone. So I've been calling him since an hour ago.
I see. Okay.
I think he will wake up to 27 missed calls.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
Okay, so only
Yeah, I have made a last resort effort to message. I know someone who can get him, so I don't know.
no, it's okay. If let's say James doesn't appear soon, I guess then that's fine. We will just simply fill in with someone else, because James is cleared, right? So to be fair, even if he misses
James
like
is clear,
a
yes.
session, it's perfectly fine. Doesn't really
Yeah, it's
impact him
fine.
too much.
Yeah, I just feel bad because like I got him to fill and then he doesn't.
Nah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It happens. So I think for Eric, right? Yeah, Eric is going to swap out for Seal, and Eric, is Eric here? Okay, we need to just get everyone else into the VC as well. Default spot.
Oh, that went through my party chat.
So you can do a quick search on. Maybe next time for the sign up sheet, I need to add in Discord IDs and world data as well, so that I can find people if they don't follow the instructions.
You shouldn't have to do that though.
Yes lah. I mean the instructions already there, but sometimes people don't read.
True.
So Eric's going to team A. Seal is joining team B. Very good. Subbing in this week. And we need one more for D3 in team C as well. Alright, Eric's in. So Eric's. Team C and Team A. So 2 more DPS. I'm just gonna go down the list for now. Pink Wilbur and Tinton.
Expedient is the best thing. Zoom zoom. Give me lots of cards, please. Thank you.
So I think we filled. I'm just gonna give a quick brief before we begin. So missing one more. Okay, so Tinton has joined A, and Wilbur has joined C.
I'm just gonna upload this card because it helped me yesterday.
Okay, first things first, once again, make sure everyone's in VC.
Hands.
Sure. Okay, let's see, 20. Okay, waiting for a few more people. Now, welcome to Sharks. Hey, Kelly, this is not the correct. Picture.
Is that the wrong one?
Yeah, no, this is not the right one. We don't use these
Okay.
ones here. These ones.
Oh, okay.
We need to use the upside down version. No lah, okay, I'm kidding.
Where?
This.
Delete it or what?
Yeah, just delete. The upside down is just a joke because you guys are down under. But yeah, this
Such a wit.
This is ideal strats, so not the same. Here on material we're using Kobe strats,
Okay.
so it's slightly different. Kobe strats
So,
are
yeah. Where are they then?
not outdated but different. Just different. Kobe strats are these ones slightly different. So yeah,
Okay.
do note that for those for some folks who have been doing this content over on Elemental or the Japanese data center, right? The strats are slightly different. So there's some changes that we might want to make along the way lah. But we'll discuss it lah. Okay, so let me just quickly get into this. Okay, we filled already. It's X06 on the clock right now. Okay, hopefully everyone is in the voice chat because I'm going to be using the voice chat primarily for communications for today's session. And our run is scheduled to be hosted for 2.5 hours. Okay, so by 2.5 hours from now, I will end the run. Okay, I will try my best not to go beyond time whenever possible. Okay, we will practice for 2 hours. I would like to squeeze in at least 2 hours worth of proc time, and we'll take a short break in between each hour. So we'll start off first hour practice, take a break, and then afterwards we'll go in for another hour. Okay, so the 30 minutes extra is just for buffer time for our break time, as well as some delays at the start. So do apologize for this. And hopefully we can just squeeze in at least 2 hours worth of practice time for today's session. Now, for today's first session, right, we will be using voice chat for communications, and we're all in the same channel, so that's fine for today's session. In future, I may be considering splitting up the VC into different smaller groups. Okay, once you understand how the fight works, it will sort of make sense why we may need to do this. Okay, but I'm still thinking about how best to go about doing this. Okay, ultimately, I might just decide, okay, we'll just all stay in the same VC, but we just have separate callers call for different groups mechanics, because there will be a mechanic later on which will shuffle the groups around. Hence, it's very difficult to have a clearly defined group A, group B, and group C. Okay, so we will just for today we'll just stay in the same voice channel. In future, I might consider having multiple shot callers and all splitting up the VC. Okay, but more likely it's leaning towards everyone staying into the same VC, but we will just try to keep the communications clear in the same voice channel. Okay, now other than that, today's run is fresh. We are just gonna practice. Okay, quite a number of fresh players in this group. Okay, at the same time we have quite a number of cleared players as well. Okay, thanks for all our subbers who are joining in to help out. We will still assume that this is going to be a fresh group, and we will try to proc as far as we can, all the way up to a clear. Now, there's one thing I do want to mention in that even though this is a semi-static, right, you are free to go and join other groups for practice sessions, as well as, you know, to aim for clears outside. Okay, but if you do clear outside, kindly inform me as well. Okay, there's a cleared column checkbox in the spreadsheet. This signifies whether you are a first-time clearer or not. Okay, this is just for accountability purposes. Okay, as well as just so you all know, okay, and I'll be a bit blunt about this, but there's an incentive for clearing first-time players. So if you are fresh or if you haven't cleared and you join the group, it incentivizes other players to come in and help you guys clear as well. So I do want to keep track of who is cleared and who is not cleared, and as best as I can, I try to balance the numbers. We don't have too many already cleared, as well as we don't want to have too many fresh as well. So hence there's a healthy mix of both. Okay, other than that, before we zone in, okay, I don't want to spend too much time yapping. Just do your usual regular checks, okay, gear checks, food checks, pot or potion checks if you are intending to pot. Okay, although to be very honest, because it's a fresh session, we are not likely going to see beyond a certain point in the fight, so there isn't a need to go too hard on the DPS meters. Okay, but if it helps you build muscle memory, you can do so as well. Okay, make sure you have all these things. Eye level requirements, basically 710 to 735, anywhere in between is fine. For my group, I don't really care. Okay, you can be any eye level, but as we progress through the weeks, try to increase your eye level. It does help. Okay, get as high as you can. It will help push DPS numbers as well. Okay, other than that, I'm just going to pop a ready check. We will be doing ready checks in between pulls later on for clarification purposes. So if at any point of time you have questions or there's something you're unclear about, feel free to just, you know, pause the ready check and ask questions. Okay, every group should have at least one or more already cleared player, so you can either ask your question in your party chat, as well as, you know, in say chat, yell chat, or shout chat later once we're in the instance. And I will try my best to address your questions. Okay, as well as any of the already cleared players can also help answer those questions. Okay, do note I myself am new to this strategy that we'll be using today, so I need to open up the red plan to see where I'm supposed to go later on. Please double check your positions and have it open somewhere, okay, because once we hit phase 2, right, we will need to fan out to the correct positions. Okay, other than that, let's just give it a go. I'm going to just zone us in. Okay, and let's just have fun, try our best.
To kill everyone.
Yes, try not to kill everyone except maybe Typhon. I know, right? Yeah, I know. Okay, let's go. Okay, one thing I do need to mention as well, as we're zoning in, is that for this group, right, don't expect too much progress. Okay, I'll be very blunt with you all. If you're expecting to clear like within like 3 sessions or something like that, right, maybe scale back the expectation a little bit.
Yes.
Okay, this will be a bit more casual, a bit more lighthearted. So, accidents will happen. We will be killing each other a lot, by the way. So just so you all know, the content is made so that you'll be killing each other quite a lot. So try to not get too riled up or too angry about it. Okay, accidents will inevitably happen. As long as we all understand what we're trying to do, clarify any confusion or doubts along the way, and if we stay cool, everything will be fine. So yeah, we'll just try our best. Yeah, accidents, like, you know, laser to Typhon's face. Yeah, that's an accident. That's your
way,
secret,
Master.
Captain. You always angry, I see. Okay, now, first things first, right? For phase 1, okay, we'll be practicing phase 1 for the first hour. So we will need to sort out a few things here at the start. There will be party stacks and light party stacks. Now for light party stacks, right, if someone would just confirm with me, right, do y'all still do the front row and back row light party stacks? Or is there are y'all using like the waymarks? front and back row, right? Yes, okay, thank you. So we'll be using the same light party stacks that I'm familiar with. Okay, I'm gonna remove these. Let me just maybe save these waymarks first. So these waymarks are slightly different from what I'm used to, but I'm just gonna save these. Now, yeah, group 1 front, group 2 back. So light party stacks will basically be something like this. It will be A, B, C at the front. So this will be team A, yeah, party A, B, and C. And light parties 1, 2, and 3 will be at the back. So essentially, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but okay, I'll try to extend it a little bit so that you can finish your burger. But main tank, H1, D1, and D3 is the front party. ST or off tank, H2, D2, and D4 is the back party. So for example, if I'm ST on team A, although I'm empty okay, if I'm ST on team A, I will be at waymark number 1. Okay, same thing. If you are H2 on team B, you'll be at waymark number 2. Now to assist with light party stacks, just for phase 1, okay, we'll remove these markers later on, but every party, right, you all can do what we call helping waymarks, crutch waymarks. Okay, you can just mark your healers with 1, 2 for party A, 3, 4 for party B, and 5, 6 for party C. Okay, this is just to help players to identify where the stack markers will be. Okay, and these marked healers, okay, they are your healers. Healers will get marked with the stack markers. We'll just go to the waymarks. I'm going to remove the waymarks. We won't actually have them for the fight, but this is just the approximate spread positions for the light party stacks. Okay, so if you find that your party needs it, or even if they don't, you can just mark your healers with 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Okay, odd number in front, even number behind. So H1 should be the odd number, H2 should be the even number. Okay, other than that, I'm gonna... Okay, now usually I'll just do a quick one pull first just to warm up and then talk a bit more. Okay, but still eating his burger. So the other thing to mention here is we are gonna have... Oh, you just wolfed it down. Okay, nice. Okay, the other thing that to mention here is that we're gonna have what we call wild charge. Okay, wild charge is basically a mechanic where the entire party stacks together and the tanks will be in front. Okay, I will just call it wild charge. I know it is a term that some players may not have heard of before. Okay, this is like gaming terminology, but it's just easier to say either line stacks or wild charge. Okay, I'll try to use like line stacks or party stacks. Okay, but I'm quite used to saying wild charge already, so do forgive me if I just say wild charge in the heat of the moment. Okay, I'll try to remember it's line stacks or party stacks. Okay, tanks in front, stack with your own party. Okay, your party members' name color should be different. You should be able to see it. Team A on the left, Team B in the middle, Team C on the right. Okay, and just pop mitigations and heal through it as well. Yep. Okay, so I think other than that, that's pretty much it. Okay, I'm just going to pop one last ready check. And we are just going to just pull. Okay, we're just going to YOLO pull once. Wipe to see how far we can go, and I'll start to explain stuff afterwards. Okay, I'll still do callouts as usual, but this is just so that you will start to get familiarized with what my callouts will be. Okay, so I'm just going to do proper callouts, and we're going to just YOLO give it a try. Okay, Ken, counting down. Okay, 16 seconds for dancers. Pop food. Okay, use your food at this point of time. Okay, and let's just give it a try. Okay, all tanks need to manage your enmity. Okay, there will be tank swaps later on in phase 1. Okay, but don't worry about it for the first pull. Now, right hand. This is away, move away. Okay, melees and tanks can just eat this attack for uptime. Okay, as you see some of the tanks doing. We phase transition and we'll be phasing into phase 1. Now the very first mechanic will be hands. If you are tethered, you'll be moving to the back. Now if you are tethered by this set of hands, you'll be moving to the front. Okay, it's always front and back. Lasers come up next. Tanks, be ready to do tank swaps. Flares and light party stacks. The flares run out. Light party, everyone else stacks in the middle, and then fan out to your light party stacks afterwards. Okay, this is fine. Go to the left hand. Okay, there'll be a bunch of people marked with the numbers. Resolve your hands. There's a delayed knockback. More hands. No worries. Yeah, that's fine. The first pull usually is a warm-up pull. Looking away. Okay, looking away from the boss and look away from the eyes at the rear. Right hand and then knockback afterwards. You can use anti-knockback for this mechanic. Okay, anti-knockback. More lasers. More hands. There is a knockback. There is a knockback. I can't help you, Ivy. There's no tanks left. There's no tanks left. Okay, phase transition, phase 2. So that's the entirety of phase 1, by the way. I mean, some of us are surviving pretty good. I know, right? Okay, fan out to your wherever it's supposed to be.
Dude.
Clearly not in the right place, but it's okay.
Wait.
Clearly I'm not in the right place. Okay.
You're
okay.
not.
Everyone did. Anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But I followed you for that first lasers and I was like, yeah.
That's fine, that's fine. You should follow everyone else. You should follow everyone else. Don't follow me, because sometimes I get distracted. Plus,
Yep.
this is the first time I'm using
That other start, yeah.
Kobe strats, and as well as I'm doing main tank for A, which I seldom do. So don't follow me. Listen to what I'm saying, but don't follow what I'm doing. Okay. We'll take some time to clarify a few things here. Okay, now first things first. For those with the hands, okay, the hands mechanic is one of the few annoying mechanics that you see in phase 1. Now, hands marked players, everyone will get a hand. The hand pops up at different time intervals, and you need to remember whether you're front or back. Now, I will call out front or back. You just remember, if you are tethered and I say front, you need to walk forwards. If you are tethered and I say back, you need to walk backwards when the hand appears. Okay, try to resolve it yourself. Okay, when it pops up, you just try to resolve it. But do try to drag the hands to the edge of the arena. Okay, try to pull yourself to the edge of the arena. The hands will appear on top of you, cleaving either your front or cleaving your rear. And you just need to step in the direction that was mentioned. So if, for example, I say you need to go front, the hand will appear on you when the timer is up, cleave behind you. So all you really need to do is step forwards when the timer hits 1 or less. Okay, you will see a count of 3, 2, 1. At 1, you will get heavy or slowed, movement slowed, and you just need to step in a single step or more in the direction you're supposed to go to. Forwards is easier obviously because you can just keep pushing front. Backwards is a bit more harder if you are using legacy controls because you'll turn and face the other way, which then changes your rear to become your front, which is a bit difficult to move. So try your best to adjust. Okay, either there's some tips that people have mentioned. I myself am using legacy, and I will just time it so that when it's due time, I press back and turn around and step backwards. Okay, so there are ways to resolve it. If you have difficulty, feel free to ask for more tips. Okay, but other than that, hands are one of the few things that a lot of people have difficulty to deal with. Okay, now the other thing to mention here is tank swaps. Both in phase 1, all 3 tanks, a tank in every party is taking auto attacks. So both tanks need to be on top of the enmity list because these auto attacks apply a stacking vulnerability debuff. After 4 stacks or so, the tanks need to swap. Okay, so a tank swap is required. Just switch over. Okay, if you see your core tank having 4, 5, 6 stacks, quickly try to provoke. 7, 8, 9, it starts to become unmanageable. Okay, anything more than 10, like just now 14, right? The healers also cannot cope. So try your best to do tank swaps. Usually, whenever I see lasers, is my trigger to do a tank swap. Okay, usually every time the lasers come up, your core tank will have 4, 5, or 6 stacks. Usually when lasers appear, do a tank swap. Okay, sometimes it might be slightly delayed because it's due time for tank swap, but the tank is engaged doing the hand mechanic. Okay, the hand mechanic usually comes out in between other mechanics as well. So you might need to soak a few more auto attacks, but try to quickly swap once you can. Okay, tanks, if you see your core tank isn't provoking off you, just toss them a shot. They should get the idea that they need to provoke ASAP. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Popping another raid check. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Okay, this really checks.
Our group is being sus.
Who? Sorry?
Our party is being sus.
Since when is it not? It's always us. But that's because you are in it. Okay, let's give it another go. You're counting down. Yeah, don't worry. If you have questions, feel free to ask them in between pulls. If there's anything you need to clarify, same thing. You can ask them in party chat. You can ask them in alliance chat. You can even ask them on the VC in between pulls. Okay, this is away. Now, melees and tanks, if you want to maintain uptime, you can just eat this first attack with things like Blood Buff and Second Wind. Left hand. Okay, the attack just applies a dodge on you, bleed on you. So it's fine to just eat it. But eat the one that you cannot dodge, don't eat the one that you can avoid. I thought I saw that. I see, no worries. But I thought you are the storm. Okay, first set of hands go to the rear. Second set of hands goes to the front. Lasers next. Okay, tanks as well. Usually this is your signal to a tank swap. So usually the main tank gets 4 stacks or so during this first laser method. Now flares. Flares are up. There will be a light party stack mechanic after this. Okay, flares go east, west and south. Again, light party stacks afterwards. That's fine. Right hand. And there'll be a delayed draw in later on. So try to resolve your hands. Look away. Look away. Left hand and a draw in afterwards. Okay, you can use anti-knockback, but remember to step into the middle afterwards. Okay, come close to the center, step in. Okay, step into the center. Yep, so this is the death. Okay. More lasers. Okay, again, thanks, this is your signal to provoke if necessary. There is a draw in. There is a draw in. You want to move out. Okay, and again, get ready to step in. Nice. Okay, phase transition. This is where we pick up everyone who's dead. We try to res everyone and heal them up and shield as well. Okay, pop some shields on, fan out to your correct positions. Phase 2 is starting. Good luck. Now there's not going to be too many callouts for Phase 2 because every team's mechanic is slightly different. I will do generalized callouts for the most part. Now all tanks need to provoke and re-establish enmity on their selected mobs because enmity resets in between phases. The first mechanic will be Powers, also known as the Third Arc of Darkness. He's supposed to laser Typhon, not laser each other.
Oh, fuck.
I see. I guess that's true. Yeah, you need to rest Typhon so you can laser him later. Okay, no worries, no worries. Don't worry about the first phase 2 mechanics for now. We just try to practice phase 1, and if you should just keep the phase 2, the raid plan open on, if you have a separate screen, that's perfect. If not, then try to glance at it in between pulls. Okay, for phase 2, you need to go to your positions at the start, know where they are, and try to resolve the first mechanic. Today's session, we'll try to get to phase 2 cleanly and try to do towers properly. If we can, we push on to the next mechanic, which is Brambles. Okay, but for now, let's just try to do phase 1 cleanly first. Just note that the people on the outside can laser the people on the inside as well. So you want to keep that in mind if Typhon's ever on the inside. Yes, that's true. Thanks for reminding me. Yes, Kobe strat. North is the where the edge needs to face. Alright, let's give it another go. Stand in the wrong spot. Okay. Okay, first mechanic is away. Move away. Melees and tanks you can choose to just eat it or outside. Right hand. Phase transition into phase 1. Now there's actually 2 permutations for phase 1. We have seen the one with the brick. There may be a chance we'll see the one with the wild charge or line stacks later on. Okay, back to front, so do remember which hands you are doing, and lasers are up. There will be flares and light party stacks afterwards. Flare mark players get ready to fan out. Okay, everyone else stack in the middle. And then go into your light party stacks. Left hand. Left hand. There will be a delayed knockback later on. This only happens later. The hand mark players try to resolve your hands on the edge. Look away, look away. Nice. Left hand and knock back afterwards. You can use arm's length or sure cast for this. Don't be in the middle. More lasers. If players get okay, there's a draw in. There's a draw in. Now, if players get doomed, healers try to help as sooner. Step in. And phase transition. So during this time, try to pick up dead players. We will need to try to have everyone up. Okay, and heal up and shield up. There will be red whites going out. Okay, all tanks will provoke their new targets, and range DPS help kill the Atomos on the side. Good luck with the first mechanic. Alright, I survived. Pretty good.
Nearly survived because you're a tank.
Sorry.
Not that you did anything.
Yeah, just press the tank in run and just like ignore everything. No worries, no worries. We just messing around for phase 2 for now. We just try to work out phase 1 with the first hour. I think we're getting some latency issues, which is fine. We'll try to resolve mechanics as we get to them later on. So for now, just focus on phase 1. Okay, let's give it another go. Okay, during the in between pulls, feel free to just ask questions if there's anything you're unsure about. Right hand. Away. First set of hands go to the front. Second set of hands go to the back. Lasers up next. There will be a knockback after this. There's going to be a knockback. Do not be in the middle. Okay, first set of hands popping up. There's a delayed draw in for later. Wild charge. Thanks. Okay, light party stacks thanks to the front. Or should I say full party stacks thanks to the front. Okay, nice. More lasers. Left hand and a draw in afterwards. Okay, there will be a pull in to the middle after this. Step in. Two healers help to Asuna, doomed players. Flares. 3 marked players with flares, pull them outside. Okay, there is no light party stacks for this one. Can help to pick up everyone. Last set of hands going out before the phase transition. To heal up, shield up, there's going to be 2 red whites during this phase transition. Can try to get everyone rezzed. Fan out to your positions, good luck. Once the ads appear, all tanks re-establish enmity, ranged DPS help burn the Atomos down. Okay, and good luck with the first mechanic, which is the third arm of darkness. Hey, what's this? Stacking. Clearly. Let's see. Yes, okay. You're supposed to aim at Typhon, not me. I think because Typhon's already dead, so there's no way to laser him if he's on the floor. Yeah, the 30-second mitigations for tanks, right? You cannot give it to non-party members. It only works on party members. Unfortunate. So for the first set of ads mechanics, right? A and C alliance will get different permutations. So it's a bit difficult to do calls. I'm trying to avoid calling out, even though I'm on Team A, because Team C might misinterpret those callouts for them. So I just avoid this entirely. We'll try our best to shield players during the phase transition. I think the second red white for the phase transition applies a bleed as well, so we want to try to mitigate that somewhat. Yeah, try doing on a controller. Good luck. Okay, for those of you in the middle, you will inevitably be paired with someone who is not in your party. So I think for Team A and Team C's H2, you will be healing Team B's D3 and D4 at the south of the starting of the inside. you will need to single target heal them. It is a bit unfortunate, but that is how it is. Okay, you need to keep your DPS alive. Hence the groupings in the spreadsheet. Okay, those groupings is basically the players you will be grouped with. So if you are grouped with someone in a different party, you will have to keep them alive as a healer. Yep. The good news is that generally it's only one other player. Okay, for healers on the south of the inside, it's just one other DPS from the other party. So it's not too bad. You may need to focus target on those players. For spreads, let me see. Yeah, it doesn't state exactly where. So we may wish to just identify phase 2. just adjust, right? Just adjust. I see. Okay, anyway, not to worry too much about phase 2 spread and pairs. Okay, we will maybe work out a bit more detail on how we're gonna handle spreads and pairs later on. Okay, for now, maybe we just work out some of the easier to solve issues first. And once we can cleanly get past phase 1, we will discuss this in the intermission at the end of our first hour session. Okay, so we have another 30 minutes. We will practice phase 1 until everyone can cleanly do phase 1 first. Then we'll start to work on phase 2. Yep. Okay, but yeah, feel free to discuss it. Okay, feel free to discuss it as well. Okay, I'll just pop a ready check for now. Okay, and we will just give it another go. Okay, but if there's anything you need clarification on, feel free to just ask. Okay, don't feel rushed about it. Typhon in DC war. Where's Typhon? I see. Okay, he's DC'd officially now. Yes. I see. Okay, I will wait for him to come back. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I think for phase 2, main tank north, healer to the north, east, northwest. Flipped, Yeah, okay. I'm not so sure how we want to resolve okay, so I think the main question that's being asked in my party is that how are the spreads being handled for the third arm of darkness, because the raid plan doesn't show who goes east and who goes west. To be honest, the strategy that I'm used to has fixed locations or positions for everyone. Okay, but this one there's a bit of flexibility going on. Third art is basically the add, cleave, spread or stack, pairs or spread mechanic. That's the name of it, but it's just the cleave, pair, spread, cleave, or some permutation. Yeah, that's the one. The first hurdle that a new group has to cross. To be very fair, phase 1 can be mastered in about 30 minutes to an hour. So we are crossing into the 30-minute mark, just about. Another 30 minutes more of practice of phase 1, and most, if not all of us, should be able to understand phase 1. Okay, I'm not saying that you'll be able to do it perfectly, instantly, but generally speaking, you will be able to master or understand what you need to do for phase 1 within the first hour. Okay, it's relatively straightforward. Okay, but again, if you have anything you're unclear about, feel free to clarify. There's a lot of minute details that can be mentioned on how to optimize certain mechanics. Okay, like the discussion we had about the legacy control thing earlier on is one of those details, but I generally try to just avoid doing too much explanations during the session itself. We can discuss certain optimizations in between sessions as well as during the break time. Okay, Typhon is back, so I'm just gonna pop ready checks. Isn't Typhon's like closer to the servers? Okay, I don't know lah. I don't know. Yeah, that's true lah. That's true. Yeah. Okay, counting down. Let's give it another go. Okay, food check. We have just crossed the 30-minute mark. Refresh food if necessary. Yeah, the tiles thing, right? Later we'll mention it, but rezzing in phase 2 is a bit more tricky than, you know, just swift cast res your dead party member. There's certain things to consider as well. Okay, but we can go into more detail after the break. Now left hand. Okay, left hand. I see, that's why. Okay, this is away. I mean, he's doing what he advertised he will do, which is basically lasering himself and everyone else. Just by existing.
There is zero expectation for me, so I'm holding expectation.
No, that's perfect. Setting the correct expectations for everyone. See, he just like...
I can just exist and it'll be fine.
So the best thing to do is for you to DC, right? Like what you just did. Okay, first set is behind. Second set is forwards. Okay, by the way, Typhon DC again. So I think phase 1 doesn't matter too much. Phase 1 doesn't matter. Okay, laser is next. Tanks, do remember to tank swap. This is a draw in afterwards. There is a draw in. Remember to step in. Healers help to Asuna those who have been marked with doom. Delayed draw in later on. This one happens much later. While okay, line or party stacks. Okay, tanks in the front. Try to heal through. This one hurts. 4 lasers and then more hands. Okay, more hands, resolve hands. More lasers at the rear. That's true. Left hand and draw in afterwards. Okay, left hand and there's a pull in after this. You can use anti-knockback for the delayed knockback or draw in mechanics. Okay, one more set of hands. And flares going out. You just bring the flares out. What is not doing so well? Okay, and phase transition soon after. Yeah, we'll try to res players. But it's quite a lot of deep, so try to heal up and top everyone else up.
Nope.
Nope. It's generally a body check for phase 2 powers. So we need to get everyone up during the intermission phase. But I think this is just a wipe. Try our best to wing it, but I don't think it'll work too long. Okay, because if the ad is not tanked on either A or C side, they'll go off and hit someone else. And if the ad is in the middle, it will tether to the boss and give the boss a damage up and vulnerability down buff, which means the boss one-shots players in the center as well. So it's quite important to have everyone up for phase 2. 3 million. Clearly needs smashing. No worries. Yeah, it's okay lah. Don't worry about the DCs and everything. It's fine. Once again, this is just practice. So the only concern is that you're not getting any practice. But I guess you don't need it if you're always dead. Okay, come. Let's try again. No, but at least in the polls that you don't get disconnected, you should at least be able to get some practice in. So don't worry about it too much. Alright, let's go. Left hand. Right hand. Okay, full uptime here for this permutation. First set of hand tethers goes to the back. Second set of hand tethers goes to the front. Okay, for those of you wondering how to tell, the way the Cloud of Darkness positions her hand is how you tell the difference. Lasers. Next, tanks do remember to tank swap. There will be a knockback after this. There's going to be a knockback. Do not be in the direct middle. Hands are starting to appear. And there's going to be a delayed draw in for later. Line stacks or party stacks. Tanks in front. 1, 2, 3, 4th laser and more hands appears. 2 hands, if your hand is coming up, pull them to the edge and resolve them there. More lasers. Left hand and a draw in afterwards. Okay, go to the left hand now and you can use your anti-knockback to avoid the draw in. And remember to step in. More hands. There's flares after this. Flare mark players bring it outside to bring it to the edge. Star Charge, no! Okay, that's. Okay, and last set of hands going off. Okay, heal up and try to get everyone up. We're gonna see the phase transition with everyone alive for once. Okay, try to pop some shields for the next red white. This one applies a bleed. Okay, and everyone go off, fan out to your positions. You don't need to read too much for this early practice pose. Okay, all tanks need to re-establish enmity after the phase transition. And ranged helped to burn down the Atomoses at the side. Okay, the first mechanic will be Third Arm of Darkness and Towers. Good luck. That was excellent, okay. Yes, correct.
Sorry, am I doing something wrong there?
For the which mechanic, sorry?
The towers.
You are D1,
One.
right? So D1 you should be going to the north.
Spreads first, then towers. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, pairs.
It's pairs first. For our side, A side, right? We were doing pairs and then towers. You are D1, you should be on the south or
Yep.
the west. Is this inverted? In towers. Inside towers, not west. It's inside towers. Okay, okay.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yep, south and in for D1. Okay, it's on slide 3 of the red plan. Then spread position, we'll discuss spread positions later. In the meantime, we just keep lasering Typhon. The inside people, just so you guys know, right, for those on the inside, Team B and the 2 DPS on A and C, right, you won't be doing much for phase 2 until we can get past towers. But do understand where you're supposed to be and what is the movement priority for tiles later on. You'll be PvPing each other once we get past the tower phase. Okay, yep. Let's go. Left hand. Right hand. Okay, full uptime here. First set of hand headers goes to the front. Second set of hand headers goes to the back. Lasers next. There will be flares and light party stacks. Flare mark players get ready to fan out. Light party stacks. Away, this is away. Some players have hands, resolve them, and a delayed draw in for later. Look away from the boss and the eyes at the rear. Right hand and draw in afterwards. There is a draw in. Step in. Nice. More lasers. Resolve them. Knock back. There's a knock back. Do not be in the middle. Okay, and phase transition. Try to heal up everyone, res them, and get ready to fan out to your positions. Just fan out, shield up, and good luck. Now tanks re-establish enmity on your targets after the phase transition. Ranged DPS burn down the Atomos on the sides. First mechanic will be Third Arm of Darkness and Towers. Good luck. Yeah, it's Bean, it's Bean, but it's okay. No worries. It's like Bean stacking on me. It's like, not actually
Yes,
correct,
I'll
but
die.
I already covered Bean, so I was gonna die anyway. Okay, try again. Okay, we will do, I think, another 2 more pulls before we go for a short break. I think most of us have gotten phase 1, so we'll do 2 more pulls and then we'll take a short intermission, discuss phase 2 stuff, as well as take a bathroom break. Alright, let's go. Left hand. Right hand. First set of hand tethers goes to the back. Second set of hand tethers goes to the front. Lasers and tanks removed to your tank swaps. There is a knockback. There is a knockback. Do not be in the middle. Delayed draw in for later. Line stacks, line stacks. Tanks in front, everyone else stacks with your parties. 1, 2, 3, 4. More hands. More lasers. Right hand and then draw in afterwards. So there's going to be a draw in, and remember to step in. Flares. Okay, flares, get ready to pull them outside. Thank you. And try to recover phase transition coming up. I will start healing as well. Hey, all four of my healers are dead, that's why. We survived! Yeah, both my healers need reses, so it's not gonna work too well. Okay, once again, main tanks re-establish MET.
Uh-oh.
I'll try it. Okay, no. Yeah, no. If there's like players who are there, I think it goes south really quickly. But it's fine, don't worry about it.
And now we die.
Wait, Cloud of Darkness has feet. Never used to have feet.
Boom, explodes. Yeah, so for towers, right, just so you all know, if by any chance you happen to see a tower that's not being soaked, you should just step in it. Like people have deduced that an empty tower is little damage. A partially soaked tower, even if there's like 1 or 2 players in it, but there's supposed to be 3, right, is still better than being empty. So if there's like 3 alive players, have 1 player go into one of the other towers and 2 players stay in the first tower, so that at least there's someone in every tower. Yep, pretty much. Okay, come. We do one last pull before we take a short break after this. Okay, as always, if anything you're not sure of, okay, we can clarify during the break time after this. So let's give it our best try. Counting down. Yeah, for the players on the inside, you'll be accidentally killing each other quite often later on, so don't worry about it. Your right hand. Type of it. Away. This is away. First set of hand tethers goes behind. Second set of hand tethers goes to the front. Lasers next. Two tanks, remember to do tank swaps. There is a draw in afterwards. There is a draw in. You want to run out for this. And step in. Hands goes off. Delayed draw in for later. Line stacks. Tanks to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. More hands. Okay, as you can see, the line stack hits the first 2 players really hard. If 1 tank is dead, another player takes the hit instead. More lasers. Right hand and draw in afterwards. Right hand and there's a draw in. Step in, we help Esuna, those for Doom. And resolve hands. Flares coming up. So this one is just the flares. So if you have flare, just put it out. Last set of hands. And phase transition. There are ways to deal with the hands if you are using Legacy, but we can discuss it later. I understand it's a bit trickier. Okay, now everyone's up, so let's just fan out, try to get into positions and see the first mechanic once more. Route 5. Adds tanks, remember to just regenerate immunity. We can try our best to attempt the first mechanic. That's the way wide. Good luck. Spread. Spread. Creep. some of them. Okay, not too bad. An attempt was made. I mean, we tried. It was partially correct.
Now I understand what happened last night.
What was that?
Because we were doing our own thing and we were getting it correct, and I was like, why is Steve?
As long as you all know like where you're supposed to stand, right, and where you're supposed to go for the spread or pairs, right, it's all good. I do understand people make mistakes. Sometimes you click each other and so on and so forth, right? We can work out the nitty gritty details during the break.
I was thinking Group B has it easy.
Somewhat.
For now.
Yeah, for now. They have the tough part later on. Okay, anyway, this is our break time. So let's take a short break and just leave the instance. We're gonna go for a 15 minutes. No, do we have time? Okay, 10 minutes. 10-minute break. So just leave the instance, go for a bio break. Okay, I will do ready checks in about 10 minutes and we will rezone in afterwards. Okay, during this time, if you have any questions, you wanna discuss some details or mechanics, feel free to do so in the voice chat, but I'm gonna go for a quick bathroom break and I'll be right back. My bathroom break. We have made some progress in phase 1. I will be discussing some mechanics on phase 2 after the break. So once everyone comes back, or most of them come back, I will start to discuss stuff on phase 2. So I'm just gonna hop back into the voice chat and we'll have a small discussion on how we're gonna handle phase 2. Hello, I am back. I think there's some questions on some of the phase 2 stuff. Okay, once again, just to reiterate, for the first hour, we were just focusing on phase 1 mechanics, so I wasn't too worried about phase 2, but from the looks of things, it seems that most players have understood how to deal with phase 1 mechanics. Okay, and we'll be moving, looking forwards to dealing with phase 2, the first set of mechanics. Okay, I think for most players, y'all will understand the different progression points for this fight, being as towers is the first main hurdle. Okay, after phase 1, we transition into phase 2, everyone fans out, goes to their positions, and we have to deal with, okay, teams A and C will have to deal with the third arm of darkness mechanic, which is a cleave, pair, spread, cleave, or any permutation of these 3 attacks mechanics first, and then soak towers. Okay, the inside players have it easy because for team B and the 2 DPSs in the middle, you are just standing on tiles and waiting for the towers to appear. Okay, the main hurdle here is just for team A and team C to deal with the first mechanic, which is cleave, pair, spread, cleave, or any permutation of these 3 attacks. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, the spreadsheet actually details how to handle these mechanics. Looking at the raid plan, okay, predominantly I'm just going to be using the raid plan for this, but if any of you know any resources that lists this information in a more clear manner, feel free to share it in the thread as well. Okay, now I think some questions were being raised for the raid plan. Slide number 2 onwards shows teams A and C how to handle the spread and pairs. I'm just going to summarize it. Okay, but for spread, generally the main tank takes north, the healer takes northeast or northwest. Okay, I'm assuming this is mirrored. Okay, and D1 and D2. Okay, D2 takes south, D1 takes southeast or southwest. Okay, always remember pointing it outwards. Okay, and D3 and D4 for A and C will be taking east and west. Now there's no clear, it doesn't state who exactly takes east and who exactly takes west, but I think we should clearly identify who does it. Yep, so slide 2 is spread and pairs mechanic. Slide 3 is towers. Okay, towers is much simpler to explain. Tank, healer, and one of the ranged DPS takes the north or outside towers. D1, D2, and D4. Okay, so technically it's tank, healer, and D3 takes the north and outside towers. D1, D2, and D4 takes the inside or south towers. Okay, everything is done with true north, which is one of the things that I was discussing with in some of the groups. Okay, like what is the reasons for doing true north versus relative north? Okay, I think for those of you who are familiar with some of the other strategies, right? Over on Elemental and the JP data center, they do this thing called relative north, where the north is outside. So all mechanics are resolved with the ad facing outwards. Okay, but here, because the predominant strategy is Kobe's strategy, so I'm just to start off, I'm just using it as a starting point. Okay, most of the cleared players over here on material would be familiar with Kobe's strat. But yeah, I've had some discussion on the relative north mechanic. Yeah, personally for me, when I first started doing car, right, I was doing true north. I was doing Kobe strat. Okay, when strategies weren't well defined on elemental and the Japanese data center. Okay, primarily I play on elemental, but initially when I started, I was pointing it true north. So it's essentially Kobe strat. There's some pros and cons to it. I think the main drawback for true north is that if you swap over to different sides, so thinking of it outside of a static perspective, okay, here because we're in a semi-static, so every week we're gonna have the same positions. It makes it easy to build up muscle memory. But if let's say you're progging outside, or you're using other strategies, or you play on other data centers. Okay, I know there are some global travelers here, play on NA, play on EU, play on JP data center. You will have to adjust to different strategies, which is generally okay, but it takes a bit more work. It takes a bit more effort to process that you are using a different strat, and you need to get over the muscle memory. So yeah, so one of the coming back to my point, right, is that one of the benefits of the relative north is that it's literally identical east and west, because north is pointing outwards. So whether you're facing east or you're facing west, that becomes north. So the mechanics is the same on either side. So one less thing to worry about. Okay, but here for today we will stick with true north. Yeah, I understand. So there are some benefits to using both. Kobe strat, I like it because later on for the pivot laser beam, the strat calls for the players to run behind the laser, run north and south behind the laser, which makes more sense than the game 8 or ideal strat, which runs east and west. There are again pros and cons to doing either of these things, but I generally prefer Kobe strat for the pivot laser mechanic. I understand. Yeah, that I've met people who have no sense of direction. Okay, to put it nicely, no sense of direction. They get turned around easily and are not familiar with north, south, east, or west. So some people do it differently. Some people are like, okay, I just know this is north, and they just always take position from this general direction. So if you keep turning it, they get confused. Some other people have like inability to differentiate east west. Okay, which is east, which is west. Okay, I heard people say they stick post-it pads on the monitor screen. Left side east, right side west. Okay, but yeah, I'm sure if you have such difficulties, you'll try to resolve them in your own ways. Okay, in the meantime, right, while we're just yes, left side east, yeah. Okay, while we are another 2 more minutes, anything that you all want to clarify for phase 2? Okay, now in our next hour, okay, once we I pop ready checks, we go back in, we should start to clean up phase 1, and we will be seeing phase 2 mechanics much more regularly. So we'll start to get into phase 2 with everyone alive. Okay, if everyone's alive, fully healed up or shielded up, we fan out to our positions for phase 2, and we will try to resolve. We'll see if we can do towers cleanly by the end of this next hour, and see a little bit of brambles. Now brambles, just to mention this, brambles positions is on slide number 8. Okay, for both Kobe strat and the strat I'm using, right, is identical, so no problems here. Drop the puddles at where you okay, later we go in, I will put waymarks for this. I find that these waymarks are very, very helpful for the brambles progress. Okay, so later once we zone in, I'll start to use brambles waymarks. Okay, we generally don't need waymarks for phase 1 anyway. Okay, but that being said, if you do need it, just let me know. Okay. To answer Star Child, on the contrary, those text macros are very, very helpful. I feel that you should keep using them instead. Sometimes I forget what is the mechanic as well. So having the macro there actually helps me as well as the shot caller. As in me as the shot caller. So I find that it is very useful to have at least one person stating, okay, just saying like def or arrow is enough. Okay, I call it draw in and knock back because personally I try not to use game terms, game terminology. Okay, knock back and draw in is understood for most players, but saying arrow and def, some people I think which is which again, sorry, is arrow knock back, is arrow, so I try to use the term draw in or knock back. Okay, but just saying arrow or def is good enough. Okay, people should over time, as we keep doing it repeatedly over and over again, we will start to understand, okay, arrow means knock back, arrow means knock back, and then the muscle memory will kick in once again. Okay, but having that macro there helps. Okay, just so you guys know, personally what I do is I type in echo chat what the mechanic is, so that if I have a lapse in memory, which happens sometimes, I get distracted or I'm not focusing, I forget what I said like 10 seconds ago. I look at my echo chat, which is on my screen, and I will remember, okay, this is going to be a draw-in, and I just read off that echo chat text box. So that's what I do personally. I do the same for the hand mechanic, front and back. If I get front, I will just type in echo chat, front. Okay, I use F, just F for front and B for back. You guys can do the same as well. Okay, again, I have some slight memory problems. I will forget things that I've said 15 seconds ago. So it helps if you just remind yourself. You can do it for yourself. This will help you with remembering whether you're front or back. Okay, alternatively, because you're not using the voice chat, you can just keep saying to yourself, front, go front, go front, go front, go front. And then you will remind yourself to go front later on. That works as well. Okay, there's multiple ways you want to deal with it. I leave it up to you how you want to handle it. But yes, the text macros do actually help. So thank you very much for those. Yeah, there's a lot of finer details. Things like, the knockback, please don't stand in the middle. The draw in, if you're going to use anti-knockback, you hug the edge of the inner circle, the AoE. When the AoE goes off, you step in. Okay, this helps you to just nullify the delayed draw in or knockback mechanic. Okay, so highly recommended, and I think a lot of people have mentioned this before. For the second draw in or knockback mechanic, okay, an arrow or an def. Okay, because you don't remember what it is, sometimes people have said that just use anti-knockback for that specific mechanic. So you can just ignore it entirely. If it's knockback, you have resolved it just by pressing anti-knockback. If it's draw in, once the draw in def animation goes off, you step into the circle, the donut safe spot in the middle. So you can just press anti-knockback to ignore everything for that specific mechanic. Yeah, just knock back and don't stand in the middle, correct, exactly. That's how you resolve the mechanic. The mechanic always comes after the next claw or blade of darkness or hand of darkness, whatever it's called. Immediately after the stocked mechanic. So after it does like an arrow or an def, which stocks or stores the mechanic, the next blade of darkness will fire off that mechanic. And that's how I remember it as well. The moment I see the next blade of darkness, I know, okay, there will be a knockback or draw in right after this, and just press anti-knockback to deal with it. Okay, so this is for phase 1. Okay, the other thing is just to reiterate, if you have hands, try to pull yourself to the edge, try not to clip other people. Okay, there are some pro tips. If you pull yourself to the edge and you use gap closer, just as the hand goes off, you can ignore whether it's front or back, because if you get close, you will just move out of the entire cliff itself. So if you have a gap closer, you can do that as well. Just don't dub like Kelly does, and you're supposed to, you want to get close forward, you get close back and off the platform. Just don't do such things.
We don't do that very much anymore. Sometimes I'll be doing stuff and then I'll just click it and it just goes.
Anymore, yeah, anymore. That's right, anymore. She doesn't do it anymore. She used to do it all the time. Yeah. But yeah, you all can do gap closes to ignore it, to ignore the hand mechanic. Other things is like the first initial cleave mechanic. If you are melee DPS, I highly encourage you to just pop blood buff. If you have any shields or mitigation, just use it because you generally won't need it for the entirety of phase 1. And just eat the first attack for uptime, okay, just to push out more DPS. Your blood buff will cover the life loss if you maintain uptime for that first mechanic. Okay, now other than that, phase 2, try to know your positions. Now, as we start to progress through phase 2 later on, okay, I'm just going to wrap up this last thing before we zone in again. Okay, once we hit phase 2 later on, we will try to clean up the towers proc. Okay, once again, just a reminder, right? Any one person in a tower is better than nobody in a tower. If there's no one in any single tower, whether it's a 1-person tower or a 3-person tower, the tower explodes for little damage. So try to step into an empty tower, especially if the tower you're currently in has someone else already in it. Okay, but ideally we will try to eventually be able to fully solve towers in phase 2. Okay, the first set of towers. There will be another set of towers later on. That one is a bit more messier. Okay, but for now, let's just try to resolve towers and know what we need to do for brambles that we'll see once we clean up towers. Okay, at this point of time, I'm just going to pop ready checks. Okay, once again, just do your usual checks. Okay, make sure you have food, make sure your gear is repaired. If you need pots, bring them, and we will go in for another hour or so, okay, of practice. Okay, hopefully you can see past the towers for this next hour. All good, no worries. Okay, let's zone in. Yeah. For proc purposes, I think some of you have mentioned, and some of you have realized that what people are doing was popping tank LB for towers, just to scrape through it, just to practice a little bit beyond the towers. Okay, but eventually we should perfect towers with enough practice. And once we can do towers properly, okay, towers is important to resolve properly because there will be another set of towers later on. So we need to resolve that as well. If we can't get it done properly in the first set, we won't be able to get it done in the second set because the second set has a bit more mechanics happening. Okay, there will be players being shuffled around, so we will need to know how to do phase 1 towers first. Okay, now for this set, this next session onwards, we will be relying on, okay, unless someone has better waymarks, I personally use this set of waymarks. Now these are for brambles. Okay, later on when we see the brambles, these tell you where to place the seeds. Okay, for now I'm just going to use them. If someone else has a better set of waymarks, do let me know. There's been some discussion on whether the seats are to be placed closer to the inside, which is where I am here, B and 2 corner, or closer to the outside. I've seen someone mention that it might be better to place the waymarks, place the seats, something like this, okay, near the edge. This one is a discussion for next time. Okay, but for now, just for today's first session, we're just gonna stick with this set of waymarks. Okay, feel free to introduce new waymarks and discuss strategies after the session has concluded. Okay, now other than that, we are just going to go back and practice more phase 1 and try to see phase 2 towers and clear it cleanly. So I'm going to just pop ready check and let's give it another go. Right, food checked, pop food, and we're going to start. Counting down. Okay, let's go. I guess we're starting. Yeah, don't worry about it, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine, don't worry about it. Okay, left hand. Like, there are no dancers in this alliance anyway, so it doesn't. This is away, moving away. sometimes I don't know if Typhon intentionally eats the first attack or he just lags and just eats it anyway. But it's fine, I'll shield you, don't worry about it. Alright, first set of hand tethers goes behind. Okay, you go to the rear. Second set of hand tethers goes to the front. Now lasers will be coming up next. Okay, and tanks, remember to do tank swaps. Now there's going to be flares and light party stacks. So flare marked players get ready. Typhon, you are it. I know you. Okay, fan out and spread out afterwards. Right hand. And a draw in afterwards. Okay, there's a delayed draw in. Looking away. Left hand and draw in afterwards. You use anti-Nova if you wish. Remember to step in. More lasers. There is a knockback. Do not be in the middle. There is a knockback. Bye, Kelly. Okay, try to res everyone and shield up and heal up. We'll try to practice.
Sorry,
this.
Bean.
No, don't worry about it. I'm just kidding. At least you didn't eat yourself. Okay, fan out. Go to your predetermined spots and we'll try to practice phase 2. Oh, there's one dead machine. Okay, tanks try to establish enmity. Quick provoke goes out. Range DPS, burn the Atomos at the side. Okay, and good luck for the first main mechanic, Third Arm of Darkness. Cliff spread from one side. Wait for the cliff, second cliff spread. You can try to soak towers up. Try best. Oh, my team is okay. Okay, maybe not. we had 7 people on our side, so we had slight advantage here. we did it.
okay.
Yeah, we actually did it. Although some of you got clipped with the second one. Yeah, I know, because the dead machinist got res. Okay, so one thing to mention here, seeing as we just encountered it, is for phase 2, right? Healers try to resist the urge to instantly swiftcast res any random dead player. It is imperative that the correct reser raises your dead grouping member. Okay, I'll call them grouping member, not exactly your party member, but for example, in the middle, if let's say Team B's, Team A's healer sees Team B's dead DPS, which is in their grouping, and that DPS dies, Team B's healer shouldn't randomly res them. Okay, and vice versa. Okay, a Team A healer or Team C healer on the outside shouldn't res a dead player who is inside unless it is the healer and there are no other reses, in which case there's no choice. Okay, but ideally, the people in your assigned groupings should be resing you. Okay, so if, except the healer once again, okay, if you are DPS, you die, your assigned grouping healer should res you, because they need to be res at the same position where they died. If players get swapped to outside or inside places where they're not supposed to be, it gets a bit trickier to resolve. Now, having said this, there are ways for players outside to go back inside by stepping on the Atomosses. The Atomosses have circular puddles they leave behind when they die. Stepping on those puddles will teleport you in a fixed distance, at a fixed distance. Okay, you will see there's a very obvious line with a teleport indicator at the end of the line. You need to point that teleport indicator to where you are supposed to be. Okay, ideally try to run around the edge of the ring, find your grouping where you're supposed to be, step on the Atomos puddle there. Okay, there's one in each corner, and yeet yourself back inside. Okay, so if you are inside and you get rezzed outside, or in other words, if you fall off, you will get your corpse will appear outside. Players outside can res you. You get up, find where you're supposed to go to, take the teleport back inside. Now, having said this, players on the inside should not res players who are outside, because then they'll be stuck inside, and having more than 12 players on the inside tiles makes it very difficult to do tiles. Okay, the only way out is to die. The only way out is to yeet yourself off the platform and get your dead body placed outside again. So it's a bit tricky with regards to res. Healers should try to resist. Okay, the TLDR, the general idea is that healers should try to resist swift casting res on any dead player that they see, because you need to carefully res the correct player into the correct positions. It's much better to consider the res than it is to just swift cast a res and someone gets dragged into a place where they're not supposed to be. Okay, yep, that's pretty much it. Okay, so popping ready checks. Now, any questions once again? We'll discuss it as we go through and start to see phase 2 more and more. Okay, but yeah, if you have questions, feel free to just ask them. Okay, the ready checks are not just meant to prompt you to get ready, but more for asking, okay, are you good to go? If yes, press yes. If you have a question, feel free to ask, and we'll pause to address questions. If not, I'm just going to do a countdown for now. Okay, and let's just give this another try. No, it's not always do cleave and spread or pairs. It's cleave, pair, spread. No, cleave, pair, cleave, or okay, I understand what you're. Okay, yes, it's always cleave, 2 cleaves and a pair or spread, in any order. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Okay, left hand. But yeah, it's a bit difficult to call out the cleave, pair or spread thing because A and C has different patterns. So I don't want to muddle up team C. So I'll consider what I can do in the next session. Our first set of hand tethers goes behind. Second set of hand tethers goes to the front. Lasers next. So good pattern. Strength swaps. There's a draw in afterwards. There's a draw in. You want to run out for this. And step in. Very nice. First set of hands goes off. There's a delayed knockback. Knockback for later. Line stacks, okay, or party stacks with tanks in front. One, two, three, four. Hands. Okay, nice adjusting there for Team B. Thank you. More lasers. Right hand, and then knockback afterwards. You can use anti-knockback for this. There's a lot of people in the center. But it's fine. Okay, resolve your hands. There are flares. Okay, flare mark players, just pull them to the edge. We will try to res the dead players here. We'll try to get everyone up and healed up for the next phase transition. Quite a lot. Technically true. Toss some heals here. Okay, nice. Everyone's alive. Fan out. Go to your positions. Don't worry about DPS too much for now. Just try to be in position for practice on phase 2. And phase transition. Tanks establish enmity once again. DPS burn down the Atomos ads at the sides. Okay, the Atomos ads don't have a lot of HP. They die relatively quickly, but they need to be killed. Okay, Red Y goes out. Good luck. Okay, you hear me call out mechanics for this first. Just ignore me if you're not on team A. 2 creeps and a spread. Wait for one more creep. Spread out. And so powers happens. Not too bad.
I was technically in the tower.
Doesn't count if you did.
Yeah, someone was dead.
Okay, now for Kelly, I think you're standing too close to the laser. Okay, this is
Yeah,
Donut.
I am.
Come in to the center. Donut, go into the center. Okay, and you'll see brambles or seeds next. Okay, seed mark players, place your seeds. If you have the Protean wave thing, point it away. Nice. And good luck with seeds placement. You look at the waymarks, look at the waymarks. There are waymarks at the side. Yeah, go to waymark. Nice, perfect. Okay, very good. It was a worthy, valiant effort there. Oh, I saw that beam. I don't think you can place the seed off the edge though. Oh shit, I forgot to call this out. My bad. Yeah, but the brambles not too bad. Okay, go bait the brambles. I try to take this one on the inside. I'll take this one. It's okay. Yeah. Okay, then break the tethers. Luck. That's nice. I don't think I can break this one, but it's okay lah. It worked. Okay, next will be spread or stacked. This is spread. We just spread out. We're gonna die here lah, because this spread, just so you all know, it hits 12 players once, then it hits the other 12 players second time. But if they are dead players, some players will take multiple hits. Okay, pivot laser and lateral core or core laterals. After this, I think it's looming already. So like pivot laser, looming, and then another set of towers, chasers, and then that's the end of phase 2. So it's actually quite short, but a lot of things going on. Yeah, we had to see, correct. Okay, ready, check once more. A to C. Quote unquote A to C. We've seen the end of phase 2. Yeah, just quickly do some checks on spread positions, pair positions, where you're supposed to be. Take the time in between to check things out. Okay, if you're unsure or if you see like people stepping in your spot, feel free to clarify politely in your party chat or group chat. Say chat if the other member is not in your same party, just to clear things up. It's important that we know where to go for the mechanics. Whether we actually perform them properly or not is a different story altogether, but at least we are sure where we need to be. Okay, for the rotating laser, right, Ivy, the thing is more or less the same as on Elemental, but in Elemental, we move east to west. Here for Kobe Strike, we just move north to south. That's the only difference. We run to behind where the laser is going to fire to, right? So, okay, let's say I'm in the northwest quadrant and the laser is going to turn clockwise. Okay, the laser always starts east and west. So if it's turning clockwise, it's going to cleave the entire northwest quadrant. The players in the northwest just run south to go behind the laser, that's all. So it's pretty much the same thing as east-west, but instead of east-west, you go north-south. Yep. And the other players should just make way for the players to run south. The same thing, it's the same as east-west. Players in the way just, get out of the way so that the players have place to move. Yep. Okay. Seal and pin. Okay, once again, just gonna pop another ready check. Ready, press OK. Not ready, do take your time to ask questions. Muscle memory will kick in after a while. I'm well aware that the very first time you do any of these things, it is extremely confusing. Okay, a lot of things will be happening at the same time. So that's why the pacing of this group is intentionally slower. I would say slower. Hence why my announcement earlier on that this is a bit more casual than normal than outside prog groups. Okay, if you can understand things faster, you will find that, hey, why are we going so slow? But do understand is intentionally meant to be slower for some of the for players who need the time to catch up. Yep. Okay, right hand. So thank you for your patience, everyone. Left hand. There are some players who enjoy the chaos. I understand. Once you understand, you will understand when stuff is going wrong. So you will understand that, okay, chaos is happening. Just revel in it. For those who don't understand, you'll be just very confused. Don't worry, I've been in your situation before. Okay, first set of hand tethers goes to the front. Second set of hand tethers goes to the back. Again, as mentioned before, Team B, right? As long as you don't clear towers, you all can just chill. Okay, lasers comes up first. There will be flares and light party stacks. Get ready for flare markers. The flares go out, and everyone else come to the middle. Light party stacks afterwards. This is away. Everyone move away. And then some of you will have hands. Resolve hands. Delayed draw in for later. Okay, hands smart players try to resolve them at the edge. Look away. Look away from the boss and look away from the eyes. Left hand and draw in afterwards. There will be a draw in after this. Remember to step in. More lasers. And last set of hand tethers goes out. To help to Esuna doomed players, there is a knockback. You can pick up everyone for the phase transition. Not too bad. More or less getting there. I'll top up players as well. Nice. Okay, fan out and go to your positions. And good luck for the first mechanic. Thanks. Re-establish enmity on your new targets. Team A, I'll do cross for Team A. Cleave. Spread. Cleave. Okay, and go to towers. Next will be donut or cross. This is cross. Okay, cross means he goes go closer to the outer edges. Next will be C.
There was no one else.
Yeah, because no tank, it's understandable. No worries. These seeds markers are going out. They will see to place it on one of the waymarks. Okay, the donut next. Put the donut coming to the center. And we'll be baiting the Bratwurst afterwards. Yeah. You have to bait the Bratwurst. Okay. Yeah, I mean this is gonna go south really quickly, but you know, try our best. Okay, take the feathers, get it. Oh. That's fine. Okay, this is a wild charge. Again, line stack. But we're getting further than where we are supposed to.
I was the only one left alive. I win.
Does it count if you've been res?
Being res last doesn't count.
Damn it.
Okay, if you have questions, once again, feel free to ask. But just to be clear, we were not supposed to go that far. I mean, as in, we went extra further for that pool, but it was very messy. If there's any confusion there, that's perfectly normal. Yeah,
We did rebels.
the ad can float anywhere, but if the ad goes into the middle, the boss gets it will tether to the boss, and the boss gets a damage up and a defense up. So the ad should usually be on the edges or outside. Hence why we need to, and not to mention if there's like no tanking the ad, right, the ad will just start to shoot other players, which means another tank will take 2 auto attacks and they'll die very quickly. Okay, counting down. No worries. Okay, any questions or queries, just feel free to ask. There's a lot of minor details that I'm not really explaining because it may not be relevant to everyone. Okay, but as we prog through the content, I will explain stuff along the way. Right hand. Left hand, the maximum uptime here. First set of hand pedals goes behind. Second set of hand pedals goes to the front. Lasers. and flares soon after. Flare mark players, pull yourself to the edge, and we'll do light party stacks after this. Light party stacks, fan out. Away, everyone, away. Thanks for the expedient. More hands, and there's a delayed knockback later on. Look away, look away. These tanks need to get up soon. Left hand and knockback afterwards. You can use anti-knockback here. More lasers. Set of hands. There's a knockback. Do not be in the middle, there's a knockback. Okay. Pick up everyone, heal them up, and shield them. Base transition. Fanning out to your positions. Okay, usually if we are pushing DPS you can greed uptime, but here we're just practicing, so make sure you get to your spot in time. Okay, main tanks establish enmity on your new targets. Practicing towers. Once again, my callouts will be for Team A. Creep and spread. Spread. Go to towers. Nice. Not bad. Not bad. Next will be donut or cross. This is cross. Next will be seeds. Okay, place your seed. This is donut. Moving closer to the boss in the middle. Next we'll be baiting the brambles and breaking tethers. Okay, once you have the marked tethers appear, try to break your tethers. Next will be stack or spread. This is line stack. Tanks in front. Pivot laser is next. Oh, you have to move. You have to move. It's okay, lah.
I didn't look at this part.
No, it's fine, it's fine. It's collapsing already anyway, cause like with many dead players, right, some of the mechanics just outright fail. Like auto attacks are going
Yeah.
everywhere. The stack doesn't work if there's like a few dead players here and there, so the laser goes out and everyone in that stack dies and things like that. So don't worry about it. Anything after the Brambles, right, is just an added bonus.
Bonus.
Yeah. Okay, one more ready check. 30-minute mark. Check your food. Don't worry about it. I'm new to some of these mechanics also. I need to overcome muscle memory for some parts of this, but it's okay lah. I'm adjusting, and I never had very strong muscle memory to begin with because I'm a pretty bad DPS. Southwest, north south. Yes, correct. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the middle, but yes. Yeah, I think Seal. I saw Seal just blocking the road. If you see someone run up to you on the tiles, right, it probably means either they are wrong or you're wrong. So, but at least stop to check whether should you be moving on or not. No worries. Technically, no. if you hit them, right, in an actual, if you're driving a car and you hit someone, right, even if they are in the incorrect spot, you still get blamed for hitting them, right? So it's the same thing here. Okay, counting down. I'm assuming Ivy's question got answered, so let's get started. Yeah, it's fine. Yes, Popotos, mashing Popotos is not a crime. It's culinary
Delicious.
arts. Yeah, it's just delicious, exactly. When you mash Popotos, you are making lunch. Away. No uptime. Sorry, guys. Or you can just eat it like everyone else is. A pin also illegal. Healers. I think the other time Ivriel was saying that he would just eat the hit with the entire party, and then he realizes that casters taking the hit interrupts their cast, so it's a loss of DPS. Alright, first set of hand tethers goes to the front. Second set of hand tethers goes to the back. Lasers come up next. And tank swaps as well. Now there's going to be either a knockback or draw in. This is a knockback. Do not be in the middle. Get knocked back. Delayed knockback for later. Okay, hands are coming up. Start with two hands. Line stack. Party stacks. Hands in front. 2, 3, 4, and more hands. 2 hands go off. 3 hands. More lasers. So there'll be a Blade of Darkness after this, and a knockback. Right hand and knockback afterwards. You can use anti-knockback here. Can't make it. No hands. Flares. 3 players will mark with flares. Pull them out. Oh, just adjust. Okay, nice. Okay, and phase transition afterwards. Okay, phase transition. We try to pick up everyone, try to get everyone up so that we can at least attempt phase 2. Just res whoever else is dead. Asu needs a res. You can try to go to your positions. Good luck. Two tanks re-establish enmity. Range DPS burn adds down. To burn the atom down. There's going to be a raid while you bleed here. Raid wipe, sorry. And then third arm of darkness. Pairs. Before you not bad, not bad. Okay, toxic towers. All the rest of towers explode. Next will be Donut or Cross. This is Donut. Come closer to the middle. Next will be seeds. We'll be placing the seeds on the waylines. We good luck trying to PvP each other. Next is cross. Run out of the cross range. And players will beat the brambles after this. Take this one. Yep. Because of insufficient players, right? Random tethers will go out to other players, so it's gonna be tough to resolve this. Good luck. This is a line stack. This is basically a wild charge once again. Pivot laser. And the sides do core laterals. He's still going strong.
I must say, Eric Taylor did a perfect tile res then.
I know, right? Eric's pretty experienced. Okay, ready check. I mean, clearly you have to sacrifice some players if you are to keep some other players alive. So it's perfectly acceptable. Mm-mm. 2 to 3 lah. I think each pool takes about 6 to 7 minutes, right? So we have about 3 pools left probably. Is Bella ready? Okay, counting down. Yeah, we have about 2 to 3 pools. Okay, 3 lah. I would say safely 3 because we're not gonna hit 6-7 minutes if it's just starting of phase 2. But yeah, we'll end well before X30 on the clock. Worries. Away. This is away. Right hand. First set of hand tethers goes to the rear. Second set of hand tethers goes to the front. Lasers is next. There will be flares and light party stacks. Flare mark appears. Please move to the edge. Light party stacks. Yeah, someone else will take. Just spread out the stack markers. Yeah. That's because one of the healers was dead. Okay, left hand. Sorry about that. Delayed draw in. Okay, one healer dead, so the stack marker goes to someone else. Look away, look away. Left hand and draw in afterwards. I'm going to step in, help the Asuna to doom players. More lasers. There is a draw in. There is a draw in. You want to run out for this. I'm able to step in. Please transition. Try to res everyone and heal and shield. Okay, put some mitigations on. Fan out. Go to your positions. Once again, good luck. Hence, establish enmity on the new targets. Good luck. Yes. Yeah, soap towers. Not too bad. Next will be donut or cross. This is cross. We'll get out of the line. Next will be seeds. Oh, okay, I see. I see what's happening.
No, I was doing so good.
I think auto attack from other ad goes everywhere. So we just did, no worries. I survived.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
See, Kelly, I can do it too.
Wow. Just tingling.
No, I got rest and then just
You
took
got
the rest
rest.
at the last minute. Yeah, so I can do it too.
Wow.
But yeah, I think A side is understanding it. We're getting
Yeah.
we're not doing it properly, but we are getting how it's supposed to be done. Hopefully team C side as well. If you have any issues, please clarify. Okay, making mistakes is fine, but it's important that we understand the actual mechanic. Okay, let's just give it another go. No worries. So I think this will probably be our last pull. We have about 6 minutes or 5 minutes left. Now, away, move away. Let's try to give it our best shot here. So it's not exactly 1 full hour, but I try to end later than expected. First set of hand tethers goes to the back. Second set of hand tethers goes to the front. Lasers at the rear. Thanks for do your tank swaps. There's going to be a knockback. Do not be in the middle, there's going to be a knockback. Delayed knockback for later. Line stacks with tanks in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and more hands. More lasers. Left hand and knockback afterwards. The left hand and use anti-knockback. More hands. Bless. Okay, just ignore the dead flare player. It will not explode. That's me right away. All according to plan. Okay, just get everyone up, shield up and healed up. Base transition. You can fan out. Good luck. Thanks. Re-establish enmity on your new targets. Spicy. Cleave.
Yeah, I didn't get it mid at that time.
Spread. Other side, cleave. Soap towers. Okay, only our tower explode. Oh damn. Okay, next will be donut or cross. This is donut. Coming to this closer to the middle. Nice. We'll be looking at seeds next. Seed mark players, place them on the waymarks. Okay, players will be baiting. Okay, this is cross first, sorry. Cross first, run out. Okay, and players will be baiting the brambles next. Good luck, break your tethers. There'll be stack or spread after this. This is line stack. Okay, tanks in front. Not too bad. Pivot laser is next. Okay, and we're seeing looming after this. Okay, this is where stuff gets really messy. Not that it wasn't already messy in the first place. Okay, now tanks re-establish enmity once you've been swapped. I mean, it's just collapsing into nothingness right now. I don't even know what else to say. Yeah, but it's okay, that's really good. Yeah, this is the second set of towers that happens after the looming, right? So after people get shuffled all over the place, you'll see another set of towers, which is usually very, very messy. Okay, I think we have run out of time for today's session, so thank you very much, guys. We made quite good progress in our first 2 hours of practice. Okay, let's just hop out of the instance first. Okay, so just to wrap up, next week's session, same time, I will try to sort out certain details. So certain things like whether we want to split up the VC or not, I will try to get it sorted out in the upcoming week. Thanks so much for those folks who hopped in as a last minute filler or replacement. Okay, I'll try to clarify for and try to locate those players who didn't make it today. Okay, but just note that if let's say a player misses maybe like 2 weeks consecutively of practice, right, they will probably not be pulled in for the further sessions, because as you can tell, this content, if any one player doesn't know what they're doing, it tends to snowball into wipes. So I will try to get players in consistently every week. Okay, missing 1 session is okay. Missing 2 or more generally means that you are not on the same proc level anymore. Okay, but we'll try to progress a bit more next week's session. Okay, next Sunday. Now, if there's any changes to the schedule, or like for example, if you're unable to make it for the session, try to let me know early so I can arrange for a replacement or filler beforehand. Don't worry about it. Like today's session is just meant to kill each other quite a lot because we're not aiming to clear, right? So we are definitely gonna get stuff wrong. Accidents will happen. Players will kill each other. That's perfectly acceptable. So don't worry about it too much. Just clarify any questions that you may have, any doubts. Okay, anything you're not sure about, please clarify. Okay, either if you wish to do so, you can do so in the thread. Okay, we have a thread for this semi-static, so feel free to clarify questions inside there. Okay, unfortunately for now, I'm going to hop off and head for lunch, so I will not be staying on too long. Okay, but thank you very much for coming, guys, and I really appreciate those who hopped in to help fill and cover for other players for today's session. Okay, and ask questions in the thread, the Discord, and I'll see you guys again next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thanks, Shaq.
regulating. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Alright, time for lunch. We have EX3.
25 minutes.
Yeah, we have 25 minutes to solo lunch. I'll head off to eat lunch.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Alright, so that's it for today's session. Pretty good. So similar results as we saw yesterday night with the fresh elemental batch for car. As expected, a single hour or two, okay, if you're stretching it 2 hours, is more than enough for phase 1. Okay, as we have seen, most players, even if they are brand new to the content, is able to deal with phase 1 mechanics within an hour or so, and then we are starting to reach phase 2 cleanly, and then we'll start to practice phase 2. Okay, in that final pool there, we actually made it quite far in. Okay, although to be very fair, it wasn't perfect. Okay, and for this content, it is ideal that players do the early mechanics perfectly so that the later mechanics players don't have to scramble to cover for certain issues. Okay, like if there's a dead player in towers, one dead player is still acceptable. A single tower goes off, everyone takes damage. A vulnerability, healers just heal through and continue as per normal. Okay, but if there's multiple towers unsoaked and or dead players, then mechanics will go flying all over the place and other players will start dying, because if there's missing players, more than one player will take an extra hit. Okay, for example, the spread mechanic or the stack mechanic. If the stack mechanic has less than 3 players in a stack, everyone in that line dies. If the spread mechanic, okay, if there's a dead player in the spread mechanic, then one player will take 2 hits. If it's not a tank, they will die. So it gets a bit spicy in the later mechanics. So we will try to iron out all these issues in our upcoming session. Okay, we'll be running every week, Sunday, 11 to 1:30 plus 8 GMT. This is my local time, so 11 AM to 1:30 PM plus 8 GMT. Okay, we'll be running for 2 hours and a little bit more. Okay, I have 30 minutes buffer time. Today's our first session. We took a bit more time to sort out certain matters. Okay, but hopefully in the upcoming weeks, our sessions will be smoother and we'll just have 2 hours of proc time, plus maybe another 10 minutes of break time, and 2 hours 15, 2 hours 20 minutes should be enough. Okay, other than that, I think that's it for this week's session. I need to head off for lunch now, and I will be doing EX3 spin later on in about 20 minutes or so. So thanks so much for coming. I'll head off quickly for lunch. Do join me later on for our next few car runs. Okay, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I will update it in the channel description. Okay, I'll update the timings and days on when I'll be streaming Chaotic Alliance raids in future in the channel description itself. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Do give it a like and subscribe to my channel to be notified of when I'm streaming. Okay, and if you have any comments or feedbacks, please leave them down in the comments section below. Okay, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the Sunday weekend ahead. Take care now, and bye bye.